ハワイ・マウイ島で115人が死亡した山火事で、現地当局は広く情報を集めるため、行方不明者388人の実名を公表しました。マウイ島で8日に発生した山火事では、これまでに115人の死亡が確認されています。身元が判明した35人のうち、28人が60歳以上の高齢者でした。行方不明者の数は、発生直後の1000人以上から増減を繰り返していて、内部だけでの確認は難しいと判断し、現地当局は24日、388人の実名リストを公表しました。ラハイナには日系人が多く、日本にゆかりのある名字も掲載されていますが、在ホノルル日本国総領事館は、現段階で邦人の生命・身体にかかる被害は確認していないとしています。
Beyond who started the fire, though, and who stands to benefit from all of this, here are the other big questions that we have here on this show. Number one, what happened to the children? As of this hour, 2,000 children are missing. That's no small number. Sources I'm speaking with say that it's likely, highly likely, that many of these children have been taken off, sold off in child trafficking rings.
What?
This is textbook studies in disaster zones, war zones. As Tim Ballard on our show, of course, who Jim Caviezel played in the great movie The Sound of Freedom, says, disaster zones are the number one place where sex exploitation and child traffickers go in and exploit. Children are captured, sold off on the black market. Parents aren't around. Something's happened to the parents. This is a perfect opportunity. This happens all the time. This is not new. This is not something that we're making up. The number one way that children are captured is after a disaster. Wars, hurricanes, typhoons, earthquakes. Just look at Indonesia. Look at Ukraine. This is exactly what's happening. It might be uncomfortable to talk about, but it's true. And according to EV News today, the situation has been further inflamed by accusations downplaying the high number of child victims to protect the Biden administration and local Democrats. Over 2,000 children from Lahaina's public schools remain unaccounted for. Unaccounted for. The official death number still sits at 115 people dead. The number hasn't moved. That number is fishy at best, criminal at worst, actually, and the number of missing doesn't actually add up. It's right now it's 388 missing, which is a total lie. Even CBS News, New York Magazine also saying this number doesn't make sense and questioning these official numbers that we're getting. At least 1,100 people, and that the FBI even revised their numbers to match, jumped up hundreds when they revised their own list. What's going on here? So other reports have it over 2,000, but they're sticking with their 388 number. And New York Magazine asks, why are hundreds of people still missing on Maui? What is going on here?
Well, I was wondering if maybe school hadn't started yet, but it's easy to find in the Hawaii Public School Department of Education. They started in August.
Yeah.
So those kids should be in school, yeah.
They should be in school, and the schools have them unaccounted for. Over 2,000 of them. We don't know where they are. So where are these missing children of Maui? We'd like some answers. We'd love for the governor to help us. We'd love for officials on the ground there, the sheriff's office and others, to tell us, but we can't get answers. People are being kept from getting information, and homeowners are being arrested now if they attempt to go to their house to see if their home is there. Weeks after the fires, here's the Washington Post reports, most residents are blocked from access to Lahaina homes. They can't get there. In fact, today, being handed permission slips if they're able to go. Blue permission slips on their way to try to get back home. If they're lucky, if the sheriff's department will let them. Sources are telling me today that cell service is almost non-existent in this area, spotty at best. Government was supposed to bring in those Starlink systems. They were promising to try to get some of the Starlink systems, but that hasn't happened. To even try to get some WhatsApp phone calls or like FaceTime audio phone calls, using internet service to make phone calls with family members and others, or just to get some information out there, they can't. And people are scared to leave their homes. People who still have homes are holed up and not wanting to leave.